But one thing in particular, gents, is that role of the centre forward. It did come across to me that if perhaps they had a top striker in their midst, those crosses, those chances that could have been, it might have been a different story against Liverpool. And as much of a great service Alexander Lacazette has done for Arsenal, he certainly isn't the player that he once was, Kevin.
Yeah, you're right, Michelle. He's not the player that he once was. Look, he does a great job for the team. He's really links the play, and he makes those young wide players better. He gives them good opportunity to do what they do well. The one issue is goal scoring. If you're going to be a striker, you're going to be judged by what you do goal scoring. Now, this is great play by Lacazette. Takes it one way, just rolls the ball back for Saka, and this is a great little touchback for Martinelli. Does what he does best. But I think it's times like this could be a penalty, but really you've got to be looking to get your shot off. And we're seeing Lacazette get up here and he's, doesn't get a shot off, and it just gets a little bit messy. You want your number 9 to be scoring 10, 15, 20 goals a season. Arsenal haven't had that probably for the last 3 years since Aubameyang. And they need it because it makes a massive difference for any team if you've got a focal point. He's a focal point receiving the ball and bringing people into the play, but he just seems to be a yard off it for me. And this was a great opportunity. He plays in Odegaard. This was a fantastic save by Alisson. But really, you get opportunities like that, you want your number 9 to take them. And Lacazette just doesn't have that prowess anymore.
Do you think he's sort of sacrificing himself in some ways, Kevin, that he's tried to adapt a certain way that Arsenal is playing, and it doesn't really suit him because he seemed to have lost that instinct, that number 9 instinct?
Yeah, well, you can say that. You can say, look, he sacrificed himself to go a little bit deeper, to receive the ball, to link the play with Odegaard and Saka and Martinelli and Xhaka, who plays a little bit further forward at times. But realistically, when you do that, you've got to have the legs then to get in the box. You've got to be very quick to get in the box. And we've just seen some video there where he's just a yard or 2 yards late of getting in the box, where really people are putting crosses in. He's got to be coming in and meeting the ball. He can't do it. He hasn't got the legs to do it. So I think that's on Arsenal's shopping list in the summer. Maybe 1 or 2 strikers who can make a difference.
But what
can I
Sorry, Paul,
Michelle,
go ahead.
I just wanted to say to Kev there that obviously Kev knows more than Arsenal than I do. And when you're at a big club, I think that your number 9 has got to have a little bit of a devilment in him in that penalty box. Like, be the one that's like a Lewandowski or a Haaland or the top strikers in Europe at the minute. Mbappe, they've got that ruthless streak. Whereas to take them to that next level, I'm not sure Lacazette has ever had that in his makeup anyway. And you're right what you're saying. I think as you get a little bit older and the legs don't take you where they want to go, that instinct certainly comes down a bit. And then you think, well, do you know what? I can't do it anymore. I need to get somebody more potent in the penalty box. I mean, you've seen him more than I have, so that was just my observation of him.
Yeah, he's not dynamic. He's 31, 32. I get it. He's probably going to his last contract, Paul. Cannot be at Arsenal. End of the season, he goes on a free. It's time to get young legs, hungry. You need that hunger, streak, someone who's lethal at the top end of the pitch.
So you don't think they might want to keep him for the sake... Would you want to keep him for the sake of a figure in the dressing room as a backup? Because if he leaves, Eddie Nketiah looks like he might be leaving in the summer as well. They do leave themselves short-handed. If they do get a top striker in, it just leaves that particular striker and Balogun, and that's it. And Balogun, we don't even know his situation at the moment. Would that not leave them a little bit short-handed up top?
Michelle, Arsenal need 2 strikers minimum. That's what they need. They need 2 strikers. Don't forget, they've lost Aubameyang. If Lacazette leaves, which I think he will, and Nketiah leaves, that's 3 strikers out the door. The minimum you have to bring in is 2. That's the minimum. Balogun coming back, obviously, with a bit of experience under his belt is going to be important. But Arsenal have to address that cutting edge to their team, because we've seen up until the last third, Arsenal could live with the Man Cities and Liverpools of this world. But it's that cutting edge that they can't live with them right now.
Yeah, because
Kevin, I just like to add to that point there. Where if you look at Liverpool the other night, the lads that came off the bench, Salah, Firmino, and off comes Diaz and Jota. They've got five. Yeah. They have got five players who are very much similar. I'm not saying they're Salah's not as good as Mane, but they're very, very similar. And if you have that on a bench and you can turn out your bench and think, I can take him off and put him on and it's not going to change much. That's where the top teams are so far ahead of your Arsenals at the minute and people like that who want to get there. But your Liverpools, Man City are a different level, I think, because of Guardiola and what he can do with players. But Jurgen's got a team there where he's got five options in the front line that if you're not doing it, I'm sorry, you're out. And I'll put this one in.